Good day, everyone. You're welcome to Melchizedek Global Music Ventures, Meglo Music Ventures. And today we'll be talking on the basic fundamentals of music, which will enhance our understanding of the music we do or perform. And while we are doing that, it also helps our sight reading and give us basic understanding of how sight reading goes. We are going to be starting with the basic rudiments, fundamentals, elements of music. So let's move on. What is music? Music is the combination of sound in a melodic manner that is meaningful to the ear. Remember, notes that I said that melodic, not melodious, not somebody that something, a music that is melodic, it does not necessarily mean it's melodious. So if you know the difference, you can chat me up on the comment section, and that is where I will demystify that word for us, for those that don't know the meaning. So what are the letters of music? Music make use of the first 7 letters out of the 26 letters of the English alphabet, which are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These alphabets are referred to as keys in music. So we have key A, key B, key C, key D, key E, key F, and key G. There are no other keys outside these 7 letters. E.g., we don't have anything like key H, key I, key J, key K, key L, and so on and so forth. So everything we call keys falls within A and G. You know, just like numbers, if you notice, numbers is very numerous. We have 1 million uncountable, but they don't go beyond the scope of 1 and 9. If you see that any numbers that we have is the combination of 1 and 9. So we have what our 1 and 9 in music is A to G. Now we have other things we combine it with, which we'll discuss later in the course of this study, such as sharp, flat, natural, and so on, like that. Now let us go into the basic terminologies in music. Basic musical terminologies and their meaning. So we have a clef. This is a musical symbol placed at the beginning of the staff, first on the staff before the time signature. It tells us the particular type and name of the staff. You may be wondering what is a staff, what is a time signature. You also know that as we move on. Just relax and let's move together. Now, there are basically 2 types of clefs. We have a lot of clefs, auto clef, tenor clef. But for this stage, we'll be making use of only 2. And honestly, you can make use of these 2 throughout your music journey without referring to others like alto, tenor, because within this treble and bass clef, we find alto, find tenor. So that discussion is for another day. So let's move on. Treble clef. This is a musical symbol placed at the beginning of the staff, first on the staff before the time signature. It tells us the particular name of the staff, that is the particular name of the 5 lines and 4 spaces that make up the staff. It also tells us that the notes on the musical staff are to be performed majorly by female gender or young voice of unbroken voices. Now, this is the picture of the treble clef. Now, when you see a clef, it signifies something. That wherever you see that clef, it shows that the music is for the female gender or young voice of unbroken voices. So let's go on. Then we have the bass clef. This is a musical symbol placed at the beginning of the staff, first on the staff before the time signature. It tells us the particular name of the staff, that is the particular name of the 5 lines and 4 spaces that make up the staff. It also tells us that the notes on the musical staff are to be performed majorly by the male gender. So this is the picture of the bass clef. Bass clef. This is the picture. Then we have, yes, the musical staff. This is a musical symbol consisting of 5 lines and 4 spaces on which we write our musical notes. You see these 5 lines? Let's start from the bottom. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. And the space between line 1 and line 2 is space 1. The space between line 2 and line 3 is space 2. The space between line 3 and line 4 is space 3. The space between line 4 and line 5 is space 4. So you can see 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now, this is the staff that we've been referring to. Looking at this staff now, you don't know the name of this staff. It's just like a baby that has been given birth to, and you don't know the gender yet. You don't know the name, you don't know the gender. You know it's a baby, it's a living thing, it's a living human. But you cannot specify how to relate to the baby. You don't know the gender, you don't know if you call him he or her. You don't know, maybe it's a he or she, him or her. So this staff now, this staff has no name. Now there are 2 major types of staffs, which are treble staff and bass staff. This is what gives name to the staff and tells us how to relate with it, the music to be performed on it, and those that are required to perform the music on it. So we have the treble staff. This is a musical symbol consisting of 5 lines and 4 spaces, with the treble clef at the beginning of the 5 lines and 4 spaces called staff. Musical notes on treble staff are majorly performed by females and boys of unbroken voices. This is because notes on treble staff are higher notes on the keyboard with thinner voices, that is pitches. Easier for females and young boys of unbroken voices to perform. Now look at it now. This is the staff, and this is the musical clef, treble clef, placed at the beginning. It gives name to it. It gives name to this staff and also enable us to know the names of each lines and spaces on the staff. So let us move on. Bass staff. This is a musical symbol consisting of 5 lines and 4 spaces, with the bass clef at the beginning of the 5 lines and 4 spaces called staff. Musical notes on bass staff are majorly performed by males. This is because notes on bass staff are lower notes on the keyboard with thicker voices, pitches, easier for males or boys with broken voices to perform. You know, down the staff, we have thicker voices like all these crazy voices. Those are to be performed by the male gender. You notice I'm using the word majorly because we have some exceptions. We have some females that sound like males and they're able to perform these musical notes on this staff. And also for the treble staff that I explained earlier, we have some males that they sound like women, they sound like ladies. Their voice is very thin, and so for them, they would should be able to also they would be able to also perform this, especially if they are exposed to music literacy and they are trained. They will easily be able to perform this. But those are exceptions, they are exemptions. So that's why I'm using the word majorly. Then we go to grand staff. It's when you say something is grand, that means it's bigger, it's broader. So this is the combination of the treble staff and bass staff with the middle C between them. Like this one now, this note here is the middle C, middle C. This is the treble staff, and this is the bass staff. The combination of them, you can see they are placed together with the symbol. The combination of both of them is called the grand staff. Then we move on to the bar line. The bar line is a vertical line used to divide the staff into small portions called bars, in which different patterns of notes are grouped according to the time signature given. So let's move on. We'll still talk about this time signature as we go on. Look at this line now. It's dividing the staff into small portions. This line is a bar line, and we have them on our staff, dividing our staff into bars. The space between the first bar line, between a particular bar line and the other bar line is called a bar. Yes, it's called a bar. So it shows that a particular group of rhythms will be in this bar, which will determine how we perform our music. You understand that time goes as we delve deeper into the study. Then we have double bar lines. This is also a vertical line. However, in this case, the vertical line will be two, that is double bar line, and the last vertical line is thicker than the first bar line. It is placed at the end of the staff to indicate the end of the music. Look at this two bar lines. This is not even thick enough. We'll understand it better, but this is two bar lines now. It is called double bar line, and it shows that everything we are singing, we are performing on this staff comes to an end after this particular bar. It comes to an end because that's been demarcated with two bar lines. Two bar lines. So let's go. Names of the 5 lines and 4 spaces on treble staff. So the first line on the treble staff, starting from the bottom, from the lower line, the lowest line, is E. The second line on the treble staff is G. The third line on the treble staff is B. The fourth line on the treble staff is D. The fifth line on the treble staff is F. And this is just a statement for you to remember, because in music you have to remember the names of these lines and 4 spaces. So the sentence used to simplify us remembering this is every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. You can change it to what you can easily remember. You can say every good boy deserves Fanta, as it's convenient for you. Then the first space on the treble staff is F. The second space on the treble staff is A. The third space on the treble staff is C. And the fourth space on the treble staff is E. let's move on. Then the names of the 5 lines and 4 spaces on bass staff. The first line on the bass staff is G. The second line on the bass staff is B. The third line on the bass staff is D. The fourth line on the bass staff is F. And the fifth line on the bass staff is A. So we've also made it into a statement. Good boy, just fine, always. So going to the space. The first space on the bass staff is A. The second space on the bass staff is C. The third space on the bass staff is E. And the fourth space on the bass staff is G. Now you notice we've also made this one into a simple sentence that you can remember. All cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. And you notice that we didn't do that for the spaces on the treble staff because without making a sentence for that, we can easily remember face, our face. So we can use that to remember. So this is where we're going to be stopping today. So if you have any question that you want us to address in this session, please let's see it on the comments and we'll be glad to answer you. This platform is to build our musical understanding, to increase our musical literacy for professional performance. So we see you in the next video. Thank you.